Deep in the frozen heart of Soviet Russia, a mystery unfolded that remains unsolved to this very day. The Dyatlov Pass Incident, a chilling and tragic story of 9 young hikers who embarked on an expedition only to meet an unexplained and horrifying end. Over 60 years later, their story continues to captivate, confuse, and terrify those who dare to investigate. What exactly happened in those icy, desolate mountains? Today we explore one of the greatest unsolved mysteries of the modern era. In late January of 1959, a team of 10 skilled hikers, mostly students and graduates from the Ural Polytechnical Institute, gathered in the city of Sverdlovsk. They were young, full of ambition, and determined to earn their Grade 3 hiking certification, the highest qualification available at the time. Their leader, Igor Dyatlov, was a respected and cautious expedition organizer. The goal? A challenging journey through the northern Ural Mountains, deep within the snowy wilderness. Tragically, only one member, Yuri Yudin, would survive. Not because of the dangers they faced, but because illness forced him to turn back before the tragedy unfolded. The hikers' last known camp was discovered on the slopes of Kolatsyakal, a name that chillingly translates to Dead Mountain in the indigenous Mansi language. The tent had been pitched on an exposed, icy slope rather than in the forested area nearby. Evidence showed the hikers had cut their way out of the tent from the inside, not bothering to use the zipper. Their footprints, barefoot and barely clothed, trailed down the mountain slope, leading searchers into the forest. What could have caused 9 experienced hikers to flee into the freezing wilderness in the dead of night without shoes, coats, or essential supplies? The 2 bodies, Doroshenko and Krivonishenko, were found near the edge of the forest, barefoot and dressed only in underwear, lying beside the remains of a fire. 3 more, Dyatlov, Kolmogorova, and Slobodin, were found midway between the tent and the forest, as if trying to crawl back to safety. It took months before the remaining 4 hikers were discovered in a deep ravine under 4 meters of snow. These final victims suffered horrifying injuries, rib cages crushed, skull fractures, and in one disturbing case, the eyes, tongue, and part of the lips were missing. Yet there were no external wounds, only devastating internal trauma. The Soviet authorities, under pressure to provide answers, concluded that the hikers had succumbed to an unknown, compelling natural force. No survivors, no witnesses, no definitive cause. The official investigation was quietly shut down and files were classified. But rumors and theories spread rapidly. Some claimed the group had been caught in a violent avalanche. Others suggested they were victims of secret military testing, perhaps caught in the blast of an experimental weapon. Some pointed to paranormal explanations, from yetis to alien abductions. There were troubling signs that defied easy explanation. Traces of radiation were found on some of the hikers' clothing, something not typical for avalanche victims. Photographs recovered from the hikers' cameras showed strange, unexplained lights in the sky. Eyewitness reports from nearby settlements also described unusual glowing orbs on the night of the tragedy. The autopsies recorded injuries comparable to a car crash, injuries no simple fall could account for. How could all these strange elements fit together into one coherent story? In 2019, Russian authorities reopened the investigation, ultimately attributing the deaths to a type of slab avalanche. According to this theory, a small delayed avalanche crushed the tent, forcing the hikers to escape into the cold, leading to hypothermia and death. However, many experts, including survival specialists and researchers, remain unconvinced. The injuries were simply too severe for a minor avalanche. And why was there no sign of heavy snow movement at the camp? Why did experienced hikers choose such an exposed location in the first place? Even after decades of theories, documents, and analysis, critical questions persist. Why was the tent cut from the inside so frantically? What caused the panic intense enough to send 9 people into the blizzard without even basic protection? Could the radiation be explained by prior exposure at the university's physics labs? Or was it something far stranger? And why, despite renewed investigations, do officials still seem so reluctant to fully reveal what happened? The Dyatlov Pass incident remains a haunting reminder of how fragile life can be, and how easily the truth can slip away under layers of snow, time, and secrecy. Were the hikers victims of an indifferent natural force, secret military activity, or something that defies human understanding altogether? Until new evidence emerges, the true story of what happened that night will remain forever buried in the icy wilderness. What do you believe happened to the 9 hikers at Dyatlov Pass? Was it simply nature's wrath, or something far more sinister? Let us know your theories in the comments below. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and join us next time for more chilling unsolved mysteries.